Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Bill C-65 is nothing but filled with rank hypocrisy. First, the Liberals are talking about giving voters access to voting, yet it was that Prime Minister, including that minister who sat around the cabinet table, that chose to call an election when they promised not to disenfranchising hundreds of thousands of Canadians, including students, by not allowing campus voting in the last election. That's on that Prime Minister and that minister. So the rank hypocrisy with this is simply stunning. When it comes to misinformation and disinformation, Madam Speaker, it was the Deputy Prime Minister that had a video flagged on Twitter. It was the member from Calgary Skyview that stole his Conservative opponent's election literature, among many other examples where we have seen the Liberals stop at nothing to try to gain a political advantage. But my question is very simple about this, not an elections bill, but truly a pension bill, Madam Speaker. At any point in time, did that minister get feedback from his caucus, his departmental officials, or anybody within the Liberal Party that told him about the consequences of adjusting the election date that would move it so that losing Liberal MPs would qualify for a pension? Madam Speaker, I've heard from many constituents that want a clear answer from that minister about this pension bill.
Yeah, and I want to remind the honourable member to be extremely careful on making accusations about members in the House of Commons. He used the word stole, and I would ask him not to do that again. The honourable minister.
So, Madam Speaker, in spite of the manufactured indignation from our colleague, he knows very well that the Conservative Party are experts at the very words. I won't repeat them, Madam Speaker, because of your admonishment, which I obviously take seriously. We won't repeat the words that our colleague used, but the idea that somebody sitting in the caucus where Prime Minister Harper introduced, with the current Leader of the Opposition as Minister responsible for democratic institutions, a series of measures deliberately designed to suppress the vote, to make voting more difficult, deliberately designed to ensure whether it was students or persons with disabilities are not able to easily access voting. So, Madam Speaker, we think it's important, and we worked happily with our colleagues in the Democratic Party, as our two leaders committed to doing in their supply and confidence agreement. We think there are a number of very important and significant steps to making voting more accessible in Canada, and we look forward to hearing from colleagues in committee, and obviously when the legislation, we hope, comes back to this place.
Point of order, the Honourable Battle River Crowfoot.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. You referred to some of the words that I had stated in the preamble to what was ultimately my question. However, I would ask for clarification from the Chair, Madam Speaker, if anything I said was untrue, because everything that There is no clarification on this point of order, and the honourable member is actually challenging the Chair, and I would ask him to be very careful.